Hey, this is how I see it. We should play this game for life.
What game?
Macking, hanging.
Back to the Mackin' and Hanging podcast. I'm your host, Trey. This is episode 108. Still here with Rico,
What up, Doug?
Meech.
Yes, sir.
And yeah, so we back in full effect for another damn episode. And a lot has changed over this week. I've been looking up war boots because we're preparing to go to World War III. So I've been trying to see where I can find some steel toe boots. Shit getting wild and shit. Actually, while we was just talking last episode how trash our adulthood has been. And shit's looking like it's getting trasher as I seen an alert in the Ukraine that said if you're 18
stabbed constantly and shit.
Yo, hold on. Hell no, I can see your ass running right into a landmine and shit. They're gonna run right into a landmine like, let's go over here and hide, y'all. Dude gonna get his fucking shin blown off and shit. But nah, the wild shit about, you know how people be like, yo, I'm at a certain age that I can evade the war and shit. I was looking at some alert that popped up. The Ukraine president was like, yo, everybody from 18 to 60, if you a male, you got to goddamn fight and shit. And I was thinking like, fuck, if that shit ever happened over here, most likely all of us gonna be over there like, hey bro, go through coordinate 5-6 through jungle A and shit. We gonna be in the jungle like a motherfucker out there fighting this shit. And Rico thinks his ass in shape now. They really gonna be chasing your pig ass down and shit. They gonna be chasing dudes.
And they're gonna have him on a stick like a rotisserie chicken.
Oh hell yeah, he gonna be the first nigga to get captured and shit. They gonna be fucking torturing dude ass for U.S. answers and shit. Dude ass gonna be squealing like shit. But nah, so that's what happened. I know most of y'all know that's kind of what happened. So that's kind of how our week started of World War III and shit. And I seen this hilarious post from Jon Stewart. He was like, the mask mandate is starting to ease up just so we can all see the expression on each other's faces as we enter World War III and shit. That shit funny as hell. But no,
I wanted to come in here with I had a topic about what are some of the best things that happened in our adulthood so far. But man, it's been so much fuck shit going on.
Hey, turn your mic down. That shit loud as hell.
What'd you say? Rico's?
Yeah, Rico, turn your shit down a little bit. That shit loud as a bitch.
Dog, I told you his shit was fucking screaming at us and shit. Hell yeah! But as he turned that mic down, yo, Meech, how you been macking and shit?
Oh, my macking was smooth this past week. I was with I'm starting to learn that I got a new group of friends or whatever, because like most of my older friends or whatever, like in relationships or whatever, and I'm obviously single, so I had to find me a new group of friends or whatever. And I've been fucking with my nigga Kev and shit, the one that be cutting me up. And then it's an old school player that we be hanging out with or whatever. We was all kicking it this weekend and shit. And it's always a good time when you mobbing with the fellas and shit or whatever. So Mackin was pretty smooth. We hit up a couple of bars, did our Thug Thizzle and them bitches and shit or whatever. But yeah, Mackin been smooth. And then as far as the person I've been, spending time with, we still going strong, clicking and shit, chemistry, all that good shit. But as far as my hanging though, my hanging been it was one thing I wanted to tell y'all. I had paid I feel like I've been making some good moves this week or whatever. Like I paid off 3 stats on my debt and shit, which I'm very proud of and shit. So yeah,
that's some good shit right there.
Oh no, facts. That shit definitely made me feel good taking care of business that needed to be taken care of. And then on another note, on this parenting vibe or whatever, like my son was talking to his mom or whatever, and his mom had asked him like, Arius, is you still being bullied? And I'm like, bullied? What the hell? Like I didn't hear nothing about that or whatever. So I just let him finish talking to his mom. I'm thinking like, oh hell no. Nobody about to be bullying my son. Like, what the fuck going on? But then his mom finished the sentence. She finished the sentence. She was like, those girls still bullying you? And I was like, girls, wait, hold on. Hold on, bro. My nigga in there get bullied. Like, wait, hold on.
Let me find out. Let me find out Eric's a stinky nigga and shit. Let me find out Eric's a nigga they out here flaming and shit.
No. So I'm like, wait, hold on. He get bullied by girls. I'm like, wait, slow down. This story ain't adding up. Like, what's going on? So normally when I pick him up from school, I ask him every day, like, you know, what you do in school today? Or whatever. I don't ask him how was school because all kids gonna say good just to avoid talking to you and shit. So normally he tell me about his school day every day, but he never mentioned nothing about that. So I'm like, oh, that was weird. But then when I asked him, he told me, he was like, you know, just little kid shit. He was like, it's two girls that be like chasing him or whatever during recess. And I'm like, oh, okay, that don't sound like bullying or whatever. He's like, but I don't want to play with them and they be chasing me and they be following me. So I started laughing because, you know, obviously that's not bullying and shit. That's just hilarious or whatever. And then he told me when he be in class,
that's
like
pure comedy right there.
Nah, he told me when he be in class, they be staring at him or whatever. And I was trying to get him to understand, like, bro, they it's not that they bullying you. It's like when
you dog.
Yeah, that's why I'm like it's like when you send a Facebook request and the other person don't accept it. Now they don't know how to react to that or whatever. They trying to be your friend. You're not acceptive to their friendship or whatever. So, and then he was telling me about this other girl in his class that he cool with, and he was telling me like she just be angry as hell for no reason or whatever. So I just thought it was funny that I didn't realize he had all of this going on in his class or whatever. He already got his own little dynamic.
That shit sound wild as hell. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm not there. He definitely got his own dynamic.
That shit sound crazy as hell. He out here living his own life and shit.
A life or whatever. But I was just telling him like, yo, next time you go to school, be nice to the two girls. See where that gets you. Instead of like rejecting, you know, they friend invitation or whatever, just be nice to them and see how that goes or whatever. I was trying to get him to understand, bro. You part of the family. Like women love, you know, males in the family, bro. Welcome to the family, bro. Get used to that. So, yeah, that pretty much. I thought that was pretty funny.
That's a rite of passage. That's a rite of passage in our fam and shit. You know,
no, that's a fact or whatever.
And shit. Unlike Rico family and shit.
I mean, I ain't got nothing to dispute there. My family all hate each other and shit. So
that shit. Hell no. But
that's how you.
Yeah, that's how my hanging been going though. But I'm definitely proud of that 3 stacks that I dropped and shit. Left a nigga a little broke, but it had to be done. Business over pleasure before I get the party and kicking it and shit.
Not at that at all.
Yo, Rico, how you been macking though, bro?
My macking been cool, man. Me and Tierra been, you know, on our little fitness wave and shit. You know what I'm saying? Getting that popping. Baby, you know, I bought my baby. Well, obviously y'all heard her last week and shit. I bought her this little it's called like a busy book or whatever. So I've been practicing you know, her ABCs, her colors, all that type of shit. You know, I'm trying to get my baby ahead of the game before she go to school.
All right, now let me ask you this: are you restudying that for yourself? You know, you don't know your ABCs either. Dude had to quiz himself like, what the fuck is that the J? Dude ugly as shit.
Malcolm Z think he funny with his little dirty ass.
Hey, bro, I'm just making fun of your intelligence and shit. Keep going though, bro.
Everything else is cool. As far as like my hanging and shit going, my hanging and shit been cool. I've been on my, like I said, I've been on my health kick, so I've been focused on that.
Before you continue, y'all don't hear all that static, or am I the only one?
I think that's just your headphones and shit. This shit sound too damn clear in my ears.
I hear crystal clear audio. And
hell yeah, no, I hear crystal clear. That's that fucking Ukrainian internet meets on.
Yeah, you keep making those.
That's probably why they going to war because
they gonna come snatch your ass
over there on that fucking.
Hey, they gonna put you on YouTube.
They gonna be looking for your ass. They gonna be looking for you and shit because you still got goddamn Wi-Fi with your home.
Nah,
I don't even know how the fuck you did that.
They gonna put you on a YouTube video and behead your little ugly eyes. It ain't got nothing to do with the U.S. and shit. They just gonna chop your shit clean off.
They gonna put They gonna put Meeches on Pornhub. They gonna be all taking turns running trains on dude and shit. Running
This nigga said they gonna put him on Pornhub.
Meeches gonna be on Pornhub. Like so this the casting for Real World and shit. It's gonna be just two Ukrainian dudes getting ready to run a train on Meech and shit. Keep going, though, Rico.
But other than that, I've been on my health kick and shit. I've been getting that popping. Lost some weight.
How much weight you lost this week, bro?
I lost 7 pounds, bro.
Dude be lying like a fucking. Yo, you know how hard it is. Hey, Meech. Didn't he say last week he lost 10 pounds? So this week last week he lost 10 pounds. This week he lost 7 pounds. That means he lost 17 pounds over the span of 2 weeks.
I got it wrote down on my little notepad thing over there and shit.
Dude be lying like shit, yo. You know how hard it is to lose a pound,
that ain't a lie at all, bro.
You finna lose 10 more pounds. You finna be fucking Brock Lesnar. You finna be The Rock by next week and shit. Dude finna be skinny as shit. Dude finna be so damn skinny by next week.
I got something special for the pod at the end of the year, dog. We do our end of the year shit. I got something special for the pod and shit.
Hopefully we not all in fucking Russia over there fighting and shit.
No, that's a fact.
Trying to record the pod from fucking Russia and shit.
Just know I got something special cooking up. So
I seen you doing your little fitness. I've been on my fitness shit too.
Yeah, you know, little do the pod know. I'll damn near hit this nigga Trey up every morning. I know I'll be annoying him because I'll be up early as fucking shit. But
I'll be up there. I'll be up too and shit.
Yeah.
I'll be sending me fucking butt pics and shit. I'm like, what the fuck, bro?
This nigga
gay ass shit. What the fuck wrong with this gay ass?
I've been doing a little bit of fitness work and fasting during the day and shit. So that's been working out pretty good. And that's pretty much it for me. And school. You know what I'm saying? School is school. You know what I'm saying? I'm still trying to, do my thing.
So you doing intermediate fasting?
Yeah. I don't eat nothing. I don't eat or drink nothing from 6 a.m. to 12.
Besides yogurt and a pound of grease and shit. Dude, that's stupid as shit. He said, let me supplement my eating.
I work out in the morning. I take my little vitamins and shit, and then I make my little breakfast smoothie. My breakfast smoothie and shit, and then I don't eat shit until 12. And then if I do eat something, it'll be something like fruit or like a salad or something like that. And then when I get home, I haven't had no bread, no rice, all the shit that I like and shit. No sweets.
God
no
damn,
nothing.
bro, rice be too damn good and shit.
Nah, rice is fucking delicious and shit.
Especially when that shit fried up.
One thing this diet has forced me to do, though, that shit has literally forced my creative hand and shit.
Yeah, shrimp fried rice and...
Yeah, chicken fried rice.
Yeah, that shit fucking amazing. You ever been to Mongolian?
What kind of rice you eat?
They would be eating boiled rice with his glass.
They would be eating rice with peanuts in it and shit.
Hell yeah. Dude, poor ass over there. He pouring shit over there and shit. They were just over there eating noodle rice. Let me throw some noodles in this rice.
Sicko and shit.
No, I don't. I don't eat rice.
Shit is
I don't eat rice at all. I probably eat more healthier than both of y'all.
I wouldn't deny that at all.
I'm almost for sure I do.
I know you do more than me now. Well,
nah, he don't, bro.
I might be neck and neck with you now.
This nigga Meek can still shop at Linus and shit. I'm certain Linus ain't got no healthy foods at all. He's like, I just got this fucking bag of pears and shit. Fucking bag is rotten as fuck. Dude be eating rotten ass fruit and shit. God damn, Meek, you ain't healthy at all, man.
This being on the diet actually forces your hand to be creative in the kitchen and shit. So I've been cooking like a motherfucker and shit.
What kind of food have you been eating?
I made homemade gyros, but it was pita-less and shit. That shit was fucking fire and shit.
I'm saying,
I ate it like a stuffed bell pepper and shit.
What do you use to cook the gyro in though?
He be using cognac.
I don't use
you fucking idiot, bro. This nigga said a regular skillet. I'm saying, what type of oil did you cook the gyro meat in?
I don't use any oils and shit.
Bro, he be cooking that shit in 211 and Old English, little ugly ass.
Nah, he cooked that shit in a fucking pound of butter and shit. They don't think I don't know his goddamn.
How are you using no damn butter?
Bro, so you saying you just threw that bitch on a skillet without enough type of thing to cook it in and shit?
I got seasonings and shit like that, but I'm trying not to use like oils and shit like that. But if I do use an oil, it'll be like virgin olive oil and shit like that.
Okay, that's all I wanted to know. Would you? Because you can have all of that shit, but you using the right type, like virgin olive oil,
Yeah.
that other
I've been
shit.
doing hella research on this shit. Like, I ain't got no greases or nothing like that in the house. Like, and another thing, I'm not eating past 7:30 and shit. So
Damn, I gotta try to get on that wave. I be ordering out. I just ordered out a goddamn burger last night.
no,
And
that shit
That shit
hard,
was
bro. That shit
that shit was
hard than
cheesy as
motherfucker.
hell.
That shit had a snail on his
Yeah.
My
burger
damn
and
head,
shit.
my damn head was hurting so much from being hungry. I thought I almost passed out at work and shit. I jumped into this
Damn,
fasting shit just way too fast. I jumped into
Nah,
this
you do.
fasting shit and this workout shit just entirely too fast. You know
Nah,
how
you
people
doing
just
it right though.
you know how people just jump in, they do 10 minutes here or 15. I do a whole 45 minutes on the treadmill and then I go lift weights and shit.
Nah, that's what you
Definitely ain't
doing
lifting
it
no
right.
goddamn weights. We gotta stop. We gotta stop the goddamn lying and shit. I'm with you on the healthy eating shit, but
I got
you
a weight
both know
bench.
you ain't lifting
He
no
gonna,
weights.
I bet.
Hey, only way he
Hey,
I got a
lifting
weight
is
bench
that
in my
fucking
basement,
pound
bro.
of turkey he be stealing from the grocery store. He ain't lifting no goddamn weight.
Hell yeah, we both
I
get
got a weight
sick of
bench.
this
I got
nigga
a weight
diet
bench
lies and
in my
shit.
basement, bro.
You say you did what now?
I got a weight bench in my basement. You know, I got the speed bag,
I
and I
ain't
do
gonna.
on certain days I do VR too and shit.
Wait, so how
Nah, I
much
ain't
is
gonna
you? How
lie
much
though.
is you
So,
bench pressing?
Right now it's only like 120 pounds.
but Rico got weight on him, so he can.
Yeah, it's only
He
120
can push a
pounds
lot
right
and
now.
shit.
I got a cheap ass one from Walmart. It ain't all of that, but it's getting the job done though.
No, you
Yep.
doing your thing though.
Nah,
And shit.
that
I ain't
bitch
gonna lie, you
plastic
doing
and
your
shit.
thing. And shit.
No, you might be
I
telling
got a
the truth,
plastic
Meech. I be
waist hat and
terrified as
shit.
fuck on that motherfucker and shit.
Damn, Mitch is pretty much calling you a pussy, bro. That's all I'm getting out
Hey,
of
that
this
shit
shit.
flimsy than a motherfucker. I be terrified as fuck using that shit, but
Nah,
it's
but
working right now though.
the thing is, start out strong, finish strong, bro. Don't start out
Yeah.
because like doing it when you're motivated is easy and shit. Doing it when you don't want to do that shit, like right now, where like when a good movie come on or something, you know what I mean? Like that's the time when
No,
you
that's
gotta
a fact.
push
Like
for
I
this
got up
shit.
this morning and I did VR instead of my treadmill and shit like that. VR be helping
Yeah.
like a motherfucker too.
Wait, how's this
Like
nigga giving
forcing
you
myself
health
to get up.
advices when he just had a double quarter pounder and shit? Rico,
Oh
why
no,
you
that shit
listening
was
to this
tasty as fuck. But
nigga?
as
Dude, clearly fucking.
as you can tell, I don't have. I'm
He,
saying, but me, I'm pretty much in shape and shit. Rico the one over there walking with big old hips with his glass. Dude over there too damn big and shit. Dude keep
Dude been
lying
over
about.
there staring at my hips. What a fucking
Hell
perv
yeah.
and shit.
Nah, bro, I've been staring at them hoes like hell. Like goddamn, Rico thick and shit. But nah.
This nigga stupid.
So that's it for you though, bro.
Yeah, that's it, man.
Oh, that's what's up, bro. Well, I'm proud of your Ugg Glass, bro, and also
Sure,
proud of Meech
appreciate it.
Ugg Glass for paying off that debt and shit. And
Yeah, because
yeah,
if you
but
didn't show up this week, Meech, I know something.
looking
what you mean?
fuck out of here like
Nah,
I'm
if he
like
ain't show up,
behind bars
if
and
he ain't
shit.
show up this week, he for sure. I was just gonna say, he for sure is gonna be going until Monday or Tuesday and shit.
Yeah. But nah, as for me, my Mackin has been going all right and shit. Nigga been just working nonstop. Actually, my Mackin for the week, my work take so much fucking exhaustion out of my whole goddamn life and shit. My Mackin ain't really been shit because I ain't been doing shit but just working and shit. Like, nah, goddamn stop. That's why y'all niggas don't be seeing me active in the chat because like work just been picking up another notch. And I got some good news. All right, I'm gonna say it like this because I don't know who's listening. So I'm gonna say Rico got a new client, and Rico's making hella bread now, and shit. Hella additional bread on the side. You know what I mean? Rico doing his thing and shit. But yeah, so that shit's happening. So now like that's part of the side shit added to my current shit. So the wild shit about it, how we was talking about last week of like having how Kanye West was like the epitome of money can't buy happiness and shit. Cause like right now I pretty much have the most money I've ever experienced that a one man can have and shit in my goddamn walking life. And that should be too damn. Like, I mean, it's just a lot that comes with it, as far as like the workload and shit. You find out like you ain't got no time to do a goddamn thing and shit.
Wait,
I
so
was actually so goddamn
how do
exhausted today.
you balance that with your partner then if you always working a lot?
Oh no, we doing shit today. We doing shit tomorrow. She always working too. We both have high demanding ass jobs because we both making hella a shit ton and shit. So like, but nah, we doing shit. We make time for during the weekends and shit. You know what I mean? And if we have time that night, but most of the time niggas got hella shit to do the next day and shit. So just a balance. But trying to find that balance and shit. But yeah, work been picking up like shit. I actually gotta do some shit when I get off here and shit because I gotta start on the side hustle and shit. Oh, not me, but Rico do. God damn it, I forgot the lie I was about to make. Rico got to do some side shit. You know what I mean? So yeah, that shit happens, and that shit's been like a lot and shit. And that's why I was doing the same shit Rico was doing, as far as like working out and all that extra shit. So I saw last week that I got the little Peloton type of bike and shit. So I've been doing that shit every morning, meditating every morning and shit. And I ain't gonna lie, I mean that shit works sometimes, but even when you still get into the nitty gritty of work, that shit still be like, it still isn't enough to take your mind off of the pressures of work and shit. You gotta find extra shit to cope with fucking work. But I think we're gonna start getting a little bit better because like the only reason why that shit's been like hella stressful is because like one of the accounts I'm on, we like hella short staffed and shit. So I'm like doing every goddamn thing on that motherfucker, and that shit been annoying my soul and shit. But
Hey Rico, hold on before we move on to
besides that, so overall,
hold on before we move to anything
no,
else.
I'm still in my hanging. Hold on, let me finish my hanging and shit. But besides my working and all that shit, another wild shit I've noticed is like as I've been progressing in salary and money and all that shit, the world around me has been ending and shit. Like it was wild because I was like, yo, when I was broke as hell, like there was no pandemic, there was no fucking World War III. Life was just a goddamn basket filled with apples and shit. I was talking to my homeboy and like me and him both like moving up within like the corporate ranks and like making more money and shit. Like, yo, how the fuck? Soon as we start making goddamn cash, it's a potential goddamn war, and there's an invisible fucking virus. Like you can't like the world is shut down. You can't really enjoy your newfound fucking income and all that shit. Right. So that shit's been wild. And then just looking at the war shit that's been popping off, I ain't been really like seeing that shit happen and like seeing how it would affect my hanging. Cause I do a lot of history reading and shit. Like I be like reading different history books and shit. Like one book I was reading about is The Hidden Empire and shit, talking about like how America is pretty much a humongous size colonial power across the world. We just be hiding all of our colonies and shit. And like as I was watching all of this shit happen, I'm like, yo, America low key, we some humongous ass hypocrites and shit. And like I was having that debate. I'm actually been having that debate on Twitter this morning. I'm like, yo, I get that we're painting Russia as the villains and all that shit. I'm like, yo, America has been doing this exact same shit to so many fucking countries in our history of our country and shit. Like Iraq, we did that shit. Vietnam, we did that shit. The Philippines, we did that shit. Yeah, I just think it's a lot of hypocrisy. So I was like, that's fucked up what Russia is doing to Ukraine. But I don't like the position that the U.S. is taking as if like we're the superheroes and we don't be on the same type of shit. What y'all niggas got to say? I'm done with my hanging by the Skippy, by the way. But when I say Skippy, that mean by the way and shit.
This
Dude,
nigga want to be British
bitch.
so bad.
But
nah, what was you saying, me?
Yeah, I'm a sidestep that conversation to something totally different or whatever. This mainly for Rico. You could chime in too if you want to, but yesterday, me and my BM was talking about like parenting or whatever, and we was talking about which one do you think works better? Like, is it like calm parenting where you real calm with your child, or versus like real in your face kind of parenting or whatever? Because yesterday, the nigga Arius, he was on one yesterday. Like, he had one of those fits and it was out in public. And normally I take the calm parenting route or whatever. So yesterday I was kind of like, I was on edge or whatever because he was just showing the fuck out in public or whatever. So I called his mom so his mom can help calm him down or whatever. And we were just talking like, yo, which one do we think is more beneficial? Is it the calm parenting or is it the like in your face parenting or whatever? Because that shit get real tricky or whatever, depending on your kid. Which one? How you feel about that?
it like you just said, it all depends on the kid. Me personally, I'm the calm parent. Um, I already had a lot of patience, so kids don't do nothing but unlock another level of either anger or patience and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
They definitely unlock both of them hoes. That's it.
yeah,
No,
I ain't
like
gonna even sugarcoat that shit. Like,
no. Let me tell you. Like yesterday, all right. As I told y'all earlier, I was excited that I had paid like some of my debt or whatever. I was feeling proud about that, but I was also a little broke or whatever. And he was asking me for like certain things, and I was like, I can't get you that right now. And he was just like having a fit, going crazy. And then one of the things he was asking for, it was like a random stranger had walked past, like, "Oh, I can get that for you, baby." I'm like, yo, I don't need your help right now. Yo, I'm just trying to fucking parenting this nigga right now to get him to understand that he can get everything at the drop of the fucking moment or whatever. So, and then also when he was flipping out, then we had got pulled over and shit or whatever. So that had also added to my anger and shit as he was clowning and shit. Then we ended up getting pulled over. So
yeah,
I take the calm route because I'm normally calm myself or whatever. But even with the calm parenting, like because I'm around kids all the time, I'm at work and then I have my son or whatever. Like you could do the calm parenting because that's where you want to go. That's the first route. You want to redirect them without screaming and yelling or whatever. But after the calm parenting, like 3, 4 times, it's like, all right, where do we go from here? Because I ain't gonna keep asking you to do the same
no,
shit
that's a
over and
fact.
over before I drop kick your ass. So
And then
I
I think another thing
That's how
too is
mama used to punch the shit out of us. She would beat our shit. She used to beat our ass. She was like, y'all come in this
nah,
store, y'all come in, y'all niggas,
don't
y'all play
ask
with
for
me if y'all
nothing.
want to. And no, my mama let us know that she was willing to murder us and shit. And I believed her at some point. I ain't gonna lie, me and my brother both believed that she was willing to murder us and
No,
shit.
listen, I ain't even mad at that beach. My mom used to say the same shit. My mom, we go to the store, my mom be like, listen, don't ask for shit. I'm coming into the store, I'm getting whatever I need, and that's that.
It wasn't even like she had said don't ask for shit. She would just give us like we knew. I remember I tried it one time. I don't know if Meechers remember this shit when we had went to. It was a long ass time ago. And I had ordered some. We had went to Arby's in the Grand and shit. And then like I was just like I said I wanted some shit from Arby's, and then she said nah. But then I was like I really want it or whatever, and I ended up getting that shit. And then I threw that shit out. I threw that shit in the trash as they bought that shit. And I got my ass whooped because I said I didn't know it had ketchup on it and shit. So she was always our mother was willing to make you understand your fucking choices and that ass cutting that was right behind it though. Like
yeah,
no action that you did that was on some bullshit went unpunished and shit. You was getting your ass beat down and shit.
yeah. But
Beat down, man.
today is a much more sensitive time. You can't just be beating your kid in public.
That's a fact.
You down there go to jail for that. And nowadays, it's way more information now.
I'm
But
beating
you
my
can't
kid in
you
public.
can't even talk to your kid a certain way in public and shit
I'm
without
beating my
people
kid in
side
public.
eyeing you.
You heard? And I'm beating both of y'all kids in public. They ever tried me. You heard?
Dude, ugly as a bitch.
So I ain't gonna
You
kick you
say
in your
these
nuts.
before our kids. Yeah, you have no idea. They will run over your ass. I think they will actually skin you
That's a
alive and
fact.
shit on Facebook
No,
Live.
I ain't
I
gonna
would
lie.
love.
No, Meech got a good ass point though, because that shit happened to me. I remember when I had first moved back to Milwaukee and shit, and I was watching the nieces and nephews, and I was like my first time just watching them by myself and shit. And boy, did they let me know that there was little respect between me and them. They were just like, I was like, yo, stop. They was like, what the fuck? Nigga, you stop. Actually, you on time unless I wasn't watching TV and shit. I'm like, damn, they think I can't watch TV.
You
Nah,
ugly
they
as a
did.
bitch.
They did not. At one point, they locked me out the house and shit. I was pissed. I was cold and shit. It was cold as hell. I went to walk Twin and them outside, and then they locked me out and shit.
Nah,
Yeah,
that should be brutal,
it was.
dog.
Oh, but yo, before we get on this, cause I did want to finish up one thing that I wanted y'all perspective on and shit for my hanging and shit. Cause I had told y'all about that shit in the group chat, right? So, my brother, he was telling us about his financial woes last week and shit. So I was like, damn, that shit crazy and shit. So I had on my to-do list that I was gonna do my taxes. I'm like, yo, I need to do my taxes because I got hella wild ass shit going on. moving from a different state, starting a new job, starting my job in Wisconsin, then moving to New York. So I'm like, I already know taxes gonna be difficult, and then if you add into the other RICO shit, you know what I mean, and then like my stocks and all that shit, like all that shit adds until just like a complicated as tax return and shit, right? So I was like, fuck this, I'm gonna go to H&R Block and do my damn taxes. And one, I knew it was gonna be some money because, like, if you got the shit Rico got, his little side shit, then you already know it's gonna come with some fucking hassles and shit. So I went to H&R Block. They started looking at my W-2s and all this shit, right? And
Hey,
the
they
lady, she
quickly
was
got the
foreign as a
handcuffs out
motherfucker.
and shit.
No, hold on. So the lady, she was foreign as hell and shit. So I'm already looking like, I don't trust your illegal stank ass and shit. But I
God
still went to
damn,
because
that shit
originally it was
racist as a bitch.
nah. Yeah, it is racist, but that's just how a nigga
That
felt.
shit
and
wild.
No, but check this out though. So like, I still gave it the benefit of the doubt. I'm like, all right, fuck it, just do this shit. Because she was like, she had to be like Iranian or some shit or Dominican. I don't know. She wasn't black though. She was like some foreigner and shit. And so I'm like, all right, fuck it. Because normally, I normally put so much stock into people who do my taxes. Like, you got to present to me that you know what the fuck you're doing. So she started doing my shit, right? She's finishing up. She's asking me basic questions. I'm like, yo, you should probably know this shit. She's like, what is, like, I'm like, yo, she kept asking her boss, like, what this shit was. And then she ended up finishing my shit, right? Once she got down, she was like, oh, yeah, so you owe blah, blah, blah. When she said blah, blah, she said, you owe $6,900 something dollars and shit. I'm like, what the fuck? First, I like stumbled backwards because I almost passed the fuck out because I'm like, well, that's just not. I instantly thought, well, that shit ain't
Dude,
getting paid and shit.
that's when
And
you
then,
tripped over the chair and they
but then
found
I
out
was
you ain't
like,
had no drawers on.
This
boo,
nigga stupid.
that shit's stupid as fuck. But nah, so I'm like, yo, that shit don't even make sense based on the earnings and all that shit. So I'm like, nah, that's, you gotta do that. You did something wrong and shit, right? So she ends up getting her boss to come in and start doing that shit again. And then the lady that was doing my shit, she had shit all over the place. She was counting income twice. She was doing all this extra shit. She's like, oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I fucked up right there too. Oh shit, I fucked up right there too. And I'm like, what the fuck? You think this shit's a goddamn joke and shit? So they ended up giving me the real number and shit, which was around like 2 racks. Like, I was thinking like I was still going to get some type of, because I'm so used to getting the return back and shit. And then the lady was like, nah, you actually owe money and shit. So I ended up paying that shit, right? But H&R Block, they got this fee associated to whenever you get a service done by them. So they like, it's, if you got anything extra that you got to add to them, it's like $200. And then I had this small extra thing they wanted to add to my taxes, which is them adding my stocks and all that shit. All they had to do was put what my return or loss was on the stock. They brought it in one line, and she was like, that's going to be an extra $200 and shit. Mind you, that means H&R Block fee was $400 and shit, right? So she ends up handing me my taxes done after she already completed and that shit's done. She ended up handing me my tax. She's like, all right, everything is good. Good day. So I walk out of H&R Block just happy.
You get lightheaded and fall and shit.
No, hold on. No, let me tell you why I was happy though. Cause the lady that did my taxes, forgot to charge me the $400 charge that H&R Block normally charge for taxes and shit, right? So like my overall fee was lower than what it was supposed to be. So I'm walking out, they start calling me and blowing up my line and shit, like, and I kept looking at the phone because I knew it was them, because I knew I ain't paid that $400. I was like, at first I was like, hold on, let me go high real quick. So I went to it was a grocery store right next door. I was in that bitch like I was buying shit. I was just waiting and shit. And then I was like, fuck it, I wanted to come outside. So then I went to the store across the street. It was like this little Philly cheesesteak spot. So I was in that bitch just buying a cheesesteak for no reason. I didn't want this shit. I'm like, and they were just blowing me up. So I get to walking and shit. And then my conscience started to like fucking eat me alive and shit. It's like, bruh, go pay that shit, nigga. Go pay that shit right goddamn now. You don't need this bad karma on your back and shit. And then I was like, nah, fuck that. I ain't paying this shit. So I kept walking because like I stayed like 10 blocks from the H&R Block place and shit. So eventually my conscience got bad enough where I turned back around. I was like, fuck it, I'm about to go and pay this shit. Then I went there. They were still closed. And then I was like, fuck it. I'm gonna just schedule some time and pay that shit tomorrow. Only why I decided to do that shit is I got this weird shit where I don't want to have any bad karma out in the world and shit. So long story short, I end up going back and pay that $400. My question to y'all is, would y'all have went back and paid the money that they forgot to charge you on that on that? Because they didn't have no way of getting in contact with me. It was like they just forgot to charge me for that shit. I was evaluating and looking at it like, all right, bro, you making the most money you ever made in your life. You doing all this shit. You don't need any bad energy shit out there where you screwing over someone and shit. So that's why I was like, fuck it. I'll just charge it to the game, pay that shit. What would y'all niggas done in that situation?
Sound like a them problem if they fucked up.
So you would have just kept it moving and shit?
Hey, sound like a them problem. They fucked up, not me.
Oh no,
What about you, Meats?
I'm with my brother on that. I kind of do the same shit. I don't like to have, because I live by this code where I feel like if you do right in the world, then good things will come back to you and shit. If you out here is trying to, get by doing little sneaky shit, that shit gonna come back on you. So it's $400.
Right.
It ain't a big deal.
Hell yeah. And I was looking at it like the universe. I always say this: there's a receipt for every
but just know though, that same logic
receipt.
you was thinking, I will apply that to that little bread you gave me and shit. You never seen that shit again.
Oh no, that's cool. I mean, shit.
I'm just fucking with you. I'm just fucking with you. I
wasn't planning on getting it back. No, I'm saying I wasn't planning on. That wasn't I want it back. You just had that shit.
Oh no, I'm gonna see that shit.
Y'all right. I believe in that karma shit for real and shit. I believe in that karma shit. I'm just talking shit. I believe in that karma shit.
But nah, because I was telling my homeboys and shit, and they was like, bruh, fuck that. She fucked up. And I was like, I know she fucked up, but I kept thinking about like, all right, I fucked up at work before.
I'm about to say that's also somebody's job and shit.
Hell yeah. So like
that's the biggest part and shit.
Hell yeah, because like if her shit is short, I remember when I used to work retail and my drawer was short and shit, and like the amount of panic on your face because you knew like they was gonna be on your ass for like what the fuck happened and shit. So I'm like, nah, because that means whatever she logged that shit and it's gonna be her drawer, whatever's gonna be short $400 and shit. So I just went to go pay that shit. But do y'all have any situation like? Yeah, I don't know. They probably would have fired her and shit. But do y'all have any situations similar like that where y'all got over, but then y'all felt too bad where it was like, all right, fuck it, let me go back and write the shit. Like y'all didn't get over it purposefully. It just happened, and you could have took advantage of the situation, but you decided to not do that shit. Like somebody dropped
at Chick-fil-A like a month or two ago. Like, I had went to Chick-fil-A, I ordered some shit. They had gave me hella shit. And then I drove up a little bit. And I don't usually check the bag and shit. I checked that motherfucker. It was plenty people other shit. And I could have just kept going and shit, but I just went in like a good ass Samaritan. And she's like, oh my God, most people would have left. You can keep the food.
That's small potatoes. I would have been eating all that shit.
Yeah, let me tell you, I had a small situation like that as well at Buffalo Wild Wings, where like the waiter was taking forever to come get the bill and shit. So me and that person just walked out. I didn't give two fucks about that. That chicken was even more delicious stolen and shit. They'll never get that bill for
It was that shit tasted like magical heaven. That now that you got that shit for the free ski and shit.
That shit tasted like freedom.
Small. Yeah, sometimes it is worth freedom and shit. And small items like chicken, like yeah. I mean, I've had a situation when somebody gave me extra food in my meal. I was eating it. I don't think the universe give a fuck about me eating extra fries and shit. So I don't know.
I had a situation where what we talking about financially, I had a situation where it was actually during the pandemic. You know, when the pandemic hit and it was like really serious or whatever. I think it was around like March of 2020. And at that time, you know, like the government was giving out a lot of money and shit. And they had, I swear to God, I'll never forget this shit. It was in my account where I looked at my account one day and it was like, I'm not lying, it was like probably close to 10 stacks in there. And I knew I had no business having like a random 10 stacks just sitting in my shit. I knew that money wasn't mine and shit. I'm not lying to you. I put this on my son. I had went and bought a video game and shit. I had went and bought a video. I swear to God, I put this so areas. I'm not lying. I'm not making this shit up. Literally, this Xbox that I'm looking at right now was the game I had when and bought this shit or whatever. And I had spent it.
No, allegedly.
Man, it's not no allegedly because I'm finna get more to the story. I had bought the Xbox and then I had like bought like some little more shit here and there. And I was like, shit, I'm feeling good. Like they sending money out. I know they were sending this much out or whatever. And then the next day I had woke up.
Ain't no better feeling.
No, the next day I had woke up or whatever. And like that money I had was like in the negative or whatever. So I no longer had that bread and shit. So everything that I had paid for, I had to pay back and shit out of my pocket or whatever. So
yeah, damn.
I mean,
that shit's funny because I had another situation that happened like that back. Bro, a lot of my like wild ass like financial like scamming type of vibes was happening back in the ATL and shit. Because that had happened one time as well where I just had a random extra amount in my fucking bank account and shit. And but me, instead of me asking like, what the fuck? I did similar to what I did similar to what Meech did. And I said, oh hot damn. I went to go buy I bought me like 3 pairs of shoes and shit. I spent that shit. I might spend that shit in like 2 hours and shit. And then the shit was wild because like similar to Meech's, like I like it was like time for I think actually I might have been a rent check that was popping up and my shit was done negative as a motherfucking shit. So I yelled at the bank. I'm like, what the fuck happened? It's like, oh, we had mistakenly added like a $1,000 extra dollars to your account. Our bad and shit, but you spent that shit. And I was like, so you mean to tell me y'all goddamn error is my error now and shit?
Hey, that's always a broke nigga excuse and shit. Like, what? That was your fault. I ain't had nothing to do with that. Next thing you know, you in prison and shit.
She said, sir.
I told niggas the bank story before.
She said, sir. Sorry, but all of your assets are now being freezed and shit. That shit was wild. And the same shit they doing to Putin, they started on me and shit.
No, I told niggas that shit before. When I had first started getting busy with the debit card and shit, I had swiped some shit and I had looked at my account and my shit didn't move and shit. I'm like, oh, word? The bank giving it up like that? So I just went, same thing y'all did. Just went and spent a whole bunch of cheese this shit. I woke up the next morning, my shit was negative like $250. I almost threw up and shit.
There's no feeling that drains a motherfucking spirit than seeing that negative sign next to the numbers and shit. Especially when you know you won't get paid and you look at when you like, God damn, I'm getting paid into another month and shit.
Nah, like, that's a fact.
I remember,
and you know they keep hitting you with that overdraft fee and shit. But you know you can call
that shit like a sick ass game and shit.
But you know you could call like for the first time, like when that happened, the first time you could call and be like, you know, you could play dumb and shit. Like I wasn't aware, not the other shit when they put money in your account, but like if your shit, let's say you had your bills on like automatic pay and your shit just go negative for whatever reason, you didn't have enough money in the account. You can always hit the bank up or whatever, and they'll cover you that first time or whatever. It's after that first time, then that's when they start keep billing your ass that overdraft fee.
Facts. And I've learned my lesson with that automatic pay. None of these niggas have access to my shit without me granting them that shit.
Oh, that's a fact. I don't do that automatic
back
pay.
In the day,
like, oh, my shit on automatic pay. I'm like, you saying that like that's a flex to me, nigga. My bills still get paid. I still ain't doing that automatic pay shit.
Oh, hell no. I don't fuck with that shit at all. I learned my lesson.
The fuck?
I agree. Shit. Nigga, life is too fucking complicated.
Yeah, they be like, oh, you got $5 in your account? Yoink. No. Now you got $5 in your account. Yoink. Now you got negative $300 in your account. Fuck, boy. Verizon ain't give 2 fucks and shit. They ain't give a fuck. But that was back in my broke days. And that's what I be trying to remember as I'm progressing in like money. Like, yo, just remember when you were broke as fuck, yo. Try to remember. That's why I was telling Rico, like, yo, as you progress and you keep doing all this amazing shit, don't forget what pushed that shit. You know what I mean? Because once you start getting to some of that shit, you'll constantly forget. But yeah, so that's how that little shit went. Another thing that I was thinking of is so I'm watching this whole UK Russia shit, and I was thinking like, if that shit happened to the US, would you actually be willing to fight? Like, what would make you be? What would What would give? Would you be willing to fight for the U.S. if need be and shit? Or
Hell
would you
no.
fight for the U.S.?
Fighting for my family and shit. I don't give a fuck about a lot of these other motherfuckers.
Hey Rico,
That's
they
one
would,
the one
hey,
time.
they
That's
would
like
chop
one
your
of the few.
left arm off with a machete, easy as hell and shit. And then they'll use that left hand
And
to
then they go.
hold the machete to chop your right one off and shit.
That's a fact. And then they're gonna use
This
both of
nigga
them
been
hands.
playing too much Mortal Kombat
And they're gonna
shit.
use both of the hands that they chopped off with to
Bro, listen,
choke out
America,
Tierra and shit.
America don't work for black people and shit. The fuck?
You said what, bro?
That America don't work for black people, man. Fuck out of here. I ain't gonna go fight.
I hear what
fight
you.
the war for you niggas.
Nah, but that's
Wait,
not
hold
what
on.
I'm
Yeah,
saying,
hold
though.
on.
See,
Hold on,
that's
Rico.
Hold on. Let me just frame it before you jump on that shit for me. What I'm saying is not, oh, I ain't gonna go fight the white man's war. I'm saying niggas bring that shit to your doorstep. Do you want to be the nigga that's
I'm not
in
even
that?
saying fighting the
No,
white
no,
man's
listen.
war.
No, listen. I'm saying the war is happening, right? Would you want to be the nigga that's in the house like, oh shit, like what should we do? And running around and shit? Because it's happening, let's say it's happening right up the street from you and they coming for your ass. Do you want to be the nigga that's like, they're just waiting as a fucking victim? Or do you want to be the nigga that's fighting for your shit? That's what I'm trying to get at. Because like,
that's what I just said. I'm fighting, defending my shit.
that's what I'm saying. But you would
That
be
shit-
part of the army. That's why you would join the army, because you're trying to protect your family is part of the U.S. and shit. Is what I'm saying.
Bro, man, fuck them. I'm only worried about what I got going on over here and shit.
Hey, Rico.
So you saying you would just
the older you get, the more you realize how selfish the world is and shit.
Nah, hold
Fuck
on,
out of here.
Rico. Let me tell you something. I feel like you misguided on this topic. Like honestly, we got our problems with America as black people, but if another country coming in here trying to invade us and take over our shit, we gotta all come together. Like, of course, none of us want to go to war and shit, but what you got to look at? What you got to look at the letter. Like, you want to be?
Let me ask you something.
Do you want to continue to live in America,
Hey,
or
let
do
me
you
ask you
want
something.
a foreign country to come take over our soil and shit?
Hey, let me ask you something, Meech. Hey, let me ask you something. Have you shoveled snow before?
Are you comparing shoveling snow to a fucking war?
No.
Yes,
I just want to ask you something. You going off on
I
a tangent.
shoveled
I
snow
asked you one
before.
question. Have you shoveled snow before? Have you ever seen somebody else with a snowblower?
Yes, I have.
So what the fuck did they come do when they see you over there breaking your back to shovel that snow?
There's been some cases where some people did nothing. There's been other cases where some people came with the snowblower to help.
And that's my exact point. For the motherfuckers that don't help, what the fuck you think I'm finna go out my way for?
So let me tell you this.
Because we all live in the same country. We're not trying to get invaded.
Hold on. Not even that. Let's say they invade, right? Do you think you can protect yourself better than what the U.S. military can protect you with? Because they're gonna give you bombs, they're gonna give you all the top weapons, they're gonna give you planes and shit. You saying you would just stay in your house, protect just your family, but they dropping bombs and shit? Wouldn't you be able to protect your family better as you fighting with more weapons and more resources of fighting versus running? Because like I was watching this video yesterday, and this dude, he's in the Ukraine right now, this black guy and shit, and he was like, yo, they just shooting down buildings, shooting all this shit. If you like, nah, fuck that, I ain't joining, I'm gonna just stay in here and protect my family. By you doing that, you ain't doing nothing besides just y'all all just running around and shit. Cause what you gonna do? You gonna shoot down a plane? You can't shoot down a plane unless you have a plane to do it with and shit. Is what I'm saying and shit. So I'm like, if you don't have the resources to protect,
but that's why the military have. That's why the military has specific things for certain shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a ground level threat to other motherfuckers. I ain't in a plane or no shit like that.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying you will be a ground level threat, but if they decide to drop a bomb on you, wouldn't you be better protected if you had the resource to protect yourself from that bomb and shit?
If they drop the bomb on us, nigga, there's nothing we can do about it. It's a bomb.
But
there's nothing that will be able to protect us if they drop a fucking bomb.
Think about like this: if you in military, if you join the military, they're gonna teach you how to evade certain. They're gonna teach you different tactics of how to do certain shit.
Right.
If you just,
ain't nobody evading no goddamn bomb and shit.
No, bro, I'm saying you would know designated areas where it's most likely to happen.
Hey, wait, hold on. I just had a picture of Rico running and they drop a bomb and he shitted on himself.
No, this nigga. I think Now, if you're saying like, yo, if we on some bull, if niggas come and invade, and it's like, do I want to be a refugee, a nigga that's running from the war, or a nigga that's like, I gotta protect my fucking livelihood because they trying to take this shit over? I'm gonna try to protect my livelihood, because if you stay in a house, you gonna fuck. There's nothing you gonna be able to do to protect your family and shit.
You know what's gonna happen when you protect your livelihood? After you get done, they go shit on you.
So you saying do nothing and just get popped and shit?
I ain't say do nothing. I said protect what matters to you and shit. I'm protecting what matters to me and shit.
How you gonna protect your one family from the whole army and shit?
I don't know if it's gonna be a whole army or not.
It is. They invaded. The whole country's invading with their army is what I'm saying. I'm saying they going through fucking cities, taking them shits over. I'm saying, would you want to be the nigga?
I just told you my play and shit.
You saying you could be like, fuck that family shit. Hey, y'all got them little AKs and shit. Y'all gonna get fucking smoked and shit. You don't want to get smoked, bruh.
You saying that like niggas in the army ain't gonna get smoked too and shit. Like you
they have a better chance.
Are you going on the front line?
Yeah, if they come here and try to take over our shit, hell yeah.
You going on the front line,
bro? We don't have a
goddamn front. Hey, Meech, you gonna let this nigga lie like this?
Bruh, you saying you wouldn't fight if they come over here on your shit, and that was not protecting your family.
I didn't say not one time. I didn't say I wouldn't fight. I said I'm protecting the shit that matters to me and shit. I didn't say I wouldn't fight.
I'm saying, how would you be able to protect yourself from a invading army by not joining the army? How would you be able to do that shit?
I don't know, but I have to figure it out, I guess. When I get to that point,
I guess this nigga got the military. You gonna be a military expert. You gonna have your own little military and shit.
I ain't gonna know military expert or no shit like that.
Wait.
I'm not willing to.
Wait, hold on. Rico, you explained yourself. I explained myself. Now it's my brother's turn to explain what the fuck he would do.
I would join the army. What the fuck? I would do exactly what you would do and shit. Cause like, there would be no choice. Just like when the Ukrainian president just said that, he was like, yo, if you 18 through 60 and you're a male, you have to fight we got to fight to protect ourselves from these motherfuckers. And I've been watching people run. I'm like, would I rather be the people that's running or the people that's like, fuck that nigga, like, y'all ain't finna come here and take my shit. Now, Rico's stance would be like, fuck that nigga, y'all ain't finna come and take my shit myself. But it's like, if it's a whole army, they don't give a fuck about one person. But at least if you and other U.S. troops are fucking not just with guns, y'all got smoke screens, y'all got fucking what's the name of those fucking drones? Y'all got everything at your disposal to fight this shit off versus you just by yourself trying to fight a whole army and shit. That's all I'm saying. I would join on that basis of, if a nigga's trying to invade us and we don't have a fucking choice, you ain't got no choice and shit unless you gonna either run, but then where you gonna run to? Another country? Do you gotta go live out there and shit? So if you like how you like, you know what I mean, if we all like how we live and shit, I feel like there would be no choice. Either or that, or you just become a prisoner of the war.
Actually, I do feel like
invaded army came.
You just said it. A lot of people would go to a different country.
Right. That's called running and being a refugee and shit. But I don't know if I want to be a refugee, because then would it be better than the U.S. and shit?
No, I agree. I'm not saying I would be one of those people.
I'm not mad at motherfuckers for running away.
So what would you do, Rico? Would you run?
I'm not mad at motherfuckers running away for not wanting to fight a war that A, they didn't instigate in the first place, and B, a lot of them ain't really prepared for it. Like, a lot of people don't want to. A lot of people don't want to lose their shit over some dick swinging shit. You know what I'm saying?
I get that, but it's like, when the shit is out there, like, I get the theory of it, like, oh, it's this, but when niggas is in your shit, they in your fucking city, they taking shit over.
Yeah, all of that little back and forth we have between Americans, like, that shit comes to a cease. Now we all in this together now, because we got a whole third party trying to take over our fucking country. We got to put our differences to the side and come together and shit. And we can't come together by running, because we're going to definitely lose if we doing that shit. We got no choice but to fight.
And hell yeah, that's what I'm just saying.
I don't know. If we can't come together over regular shit,
niggas with war bring niggas together, bro.
That's a fact.
That's so fucked up. The most evilest shit.
We came together during 9/11.
Facts. And nothing pisses us off more than a foreign party like, yo, I'm finna take that. Fuck that shit, bro. Fuck this U.S. shit. Like, I'm finna take that shit over with. That shit is mine now. And motherfuckers like, wait, so you want to tell me how I'm living my life? You don't rock with that shit, and you don't want me to live like this no more. And now, once you take me over, I will have to be forced to live under your new rule and shit. Most U.S. niggas is like, fuck that, bruh. I'm not gonna allow
Hey,
you to rule. I
let's
would
get
rather fight for this shit.
and let's have an understanding. Like as Americans, I don't matter what race you is. At the end of the day, when it comes to like war versus another country, we ain't taking that shit. You ain't coming and pushing us around and taking our shit. We ain't playing none of that games.
Like
you gonna have to kill us to take our shit. We ain't that type of country where we finna just lay down and let you take our shit.
Yeah, and that's what. And I would normally like Rico. I normally would agree with everything you're saying. Like I would never join the U.S. Army for anything unless it was directly finna impact our overall society. And invading army, like there was videos, dude, like people was just like on YouTube, this dude was like recording shit and they were just the Russian army was just shooting into their building and shit. Like imagine you at your house, the Russian army just starts shooting up your house and shit. It's like, yo, they coming in your shit causing fucking, you like, what the fuck? At the end of the day, this is another man. These are other mans coming to take over our land and we're man as well and shit. You know what I mean? Like that's why I think it's different. But like, nah, I would never join Iraq. I would never join like all those stupid ass wars. But like being invaded and the niggas that's being the aggression is being put on you and shit. I feel like you don't have a damn choice. And it's like, I mean, yeah, you have to do that shit. And that's why I agree with the Russian president and shit. So more to come from that shit, you know what I mean?
But let's be honest though, we all would be fucking
still
terrified if that shit did happen though.
Oh, facts. That's what I'm saying. I would be.
I ain't acting like I'm some kind of super
that's a whole fact
hero nigga or some shit like that. It's just I don't know. America's so fucked up. I don't know if I really want to fight for America. Shit.
Nah, but
Rico,
saying, like,
Rico, ask yourself this: would you want to fight for America, or do you want to go live on a foreign soil?
I want to go wherever the fuck is peaceful at for my family, dog.
Yeah, all right,
that's my end goal.
All of the shit that you used to as an American,
and I ain't even trying to say it to be. I ain't even trying to say it to be funny or no shit like that. It's just I'm so desensitized from certain shit now. It's just like the world itself has pretty much pushed me into one of those it's dog eat dog corners and shit because I see how they treat motherfuckers and shit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not willing to at certain points I'm not willing to compromise the shit that I live for other motherfuckers and shit. So I'm just not. Sorry.
Wait, but hold on. You hold on real quick.
You enjoying because you are here and shit.
Yeah, and you got to think about it.
And when you escape to those other countries, will you still enjoy the same freedoms?
And not just that.
The answer is no and shit. This country allows you to do, like, we think we don't have any rights. Imagine if you was like, fuck it, I'm about to go to Cuba and shit. Yo, that's gonna be a slave. Rico gonna be a fucking slave. Like, goddamn, this was a bad idea and shit. But nah, I mean, like I said, I genuinely would agree with that sentiment. But if somebody's trying to stop me in my way of life and they finna try to kill everybody in our country, including our family members, because you might try to escape, but your family is still here and shit. And those guns and those bombs can hit any one of them. And what Mitchell was saying,
and that's my problem with shit like that. Like, who the fuck take care of the family after all this bad shit going on?
But what Mitchell was saying though was the biggest true shit ever. We all will be scared as shit. But I would rather be scared with a fucking plan and ability to defend myself versus scared and not have any ability to defend myself. Because I know by you joining the army or joining whatever the fuck you join, at least you will have the means to protect yourself and shit. Versus you being out on your lonesome, just running around like, yo, let's go to this fucking house here and stay here.
That's a fact.
Fight them off on some the
and you gotta shit. You gotta think about it. You got to think about it.
It will give you a better opportunity to preserve shit if you have the more resources, which are the bombs, the guns,
that's a fact,
and the fucking everything that you would need. You would have at your disposal by protecting yourself and joining the fight. And also, I wouldn't naturally do that shit, but like if somebody invaded, I don't like. I was watching those videos, seeing those Ukrainian people run, and like everybody just like, what the fuck do we do? I was like, and I was also seeing the videos of the Ukrainian troops, and they had the gun. I'm like, I would rather be those niggas than the nigga don't know what the fuck to do and like how they gonna go about fighting this shit
Yeah,
off.
y'all say that to y'all
And-
fighting alongside some motherfuckers and they leave y'all for dead after y'all got shot in the leg and shit.
Rico, that's not how war
But you can
works.
still get left for dead if you ain't even in this shit. I'm just saying you
No.
have a better opportunity of fighting
But
because you have more
hold on.
resources of weapons and
No,
shit
hold
to
on.
use and
Hold-
shit.
That's not
I
how
just don't
war.
want to be caught as a victim. I'd rather be like, all right, if I die, but I die knowing that they just come here and do what the fuck they want, bro.
But
You know what I mean?
that,
And not just dudes.
that's-
I ain't talking about just you. I'm talking about me being outside walking. I did the troops see me in this whole neighborhood and they just chase me the fuck down. Would I want to be chased down with a troops behind me or just me and my lady and shit? Would you want to be chased down with troops there to help or just you and your family and shit?
and also Rico, you got to think about it. When, as far as like America,
Yeah.
Bro,
we
listen, I
probably.
don't really give a fuck about this shit, man.
Nah, shit is happening, bro.
I'm
Shit
saying
It
fucking
is,
happening
but
and shit.
As far
I
as
mean, that's my stance. Like, my stance ain't finna fold on shit, man.
you got to think
Bro,
about
just
it.
know
As far as
I'm finna
America,
paint you as
like,
a fucking traitor to the country and shit. So prepare to
damn.
be villainized and shit.
I mean,
I'm finna
y'all
actually
do what the fuck y'all gotta do and shit.
I'm
Like,
finna tell everybody I'm about to tell everybody you Ukrainian and shit, and you fucking fled the war and shit. I'm like, yo, look at this Ukraine ass nigga. He's gonna fucking flee and shit.
you go be surprised at how many people actually agree with me and shit. Like, nigga, America don't give a fuck about you, nigga.
No, I get that sentiment. I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm just saying they were
Ain't nobody-
legitimately.
If I go over there and I fight this motherfucking war, nigga, and I don't come back, ain't nobody finna take care of my motherfucking
But
family.
we ain't saying go
Yeah.
over there. You missing it.
Yeah,
no
you
one
missing the
said
whole
go
point.
anywhere. I'm saying they come to your block.
Okay, with it.
They
Okay, with
come
it,
to your
nigga.
fucking
If they
neighborhood.
bring their asses over here, nigga, and I fall fighting for this punk ass country, ain't nobody finna take care of my shit.
Rico, you got to
fuck
think
outta
about it.
here.
Yo, if
America.
they bring their ass to your neighborhood, you just
Hold on, let me
you
speak.
ain't gonna be able to defend yourself. Is my point and shit.
Let me speak.
So
America,
you just gonna allow them to just take your shit.
bro. America.
America, what?
I'm saying our army
What?
is one of the most
What the fuck
strategic.
are you talking about? Bruce said America. What? I'm saying I'm not
God
saying
damn,
take
can I
your ass
speak?
anywhere foreign. I'm
No,
saying
what
about,
Meech finna say? What Meech finna say? What you finna say, Meech?
hold on, I'm not hearing Meech.
Can y'all hear me?
I hear him.
Hey, I'm
Y'all
not
can
hearing
hear me?
shit. Hold
Yeah, I
on.
hear him.
All right,
Yeah, I hear
so
you.
I'm
God
saying,
damn, I can't hear shit. I'm not hearing shit from Meech right now. Hey, is my shit
dude,
still on?
I
You hear me,
can
Rico?
tell this shit.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, I can't hear nothing from Meech and shit. I don't know what the fuck he's saying.
He said he don't hear you,
All
but
right, well, I'm gonna make my point. What I was saying is, I'm gonna make my point while I try to fix this. Can you hear me
I
now?
have no clue what's
Can
happening
you hear me
right
now?
now. I don't know what dude was saying. All I was hearing is you, Rico, and shit. What the fuck
Nah.
happened, yo?
Rico,
he
you
was
can
saying
hear
your
me, right?
nose like a dick and shit.
God
Yeah, I hear you.
damn,
All
this
right.
shit is
Dude
crazy.
said he ain't never seen the nose in 4K and shit.
That shit crazy.
That shit dumb. But no, I was saying
But hey,
like
give me that. Once he finished talking, give me that little rundown because I don't
that
know.
shit
the fuck
stupid. Hold on, let me
side
y'all
and
keep
shit.
talking. Let me see what's going on.
That shit wild. I cannot hear Meech.
Hmm.
Oh, let me unmute. Let me mute his mic and then have him unmute his shit. Tell him to unmute his mic.
Unmute your mic, Meech.
All right, he
Say
talking.
something, Meech.
He talking.
Hear me? I'm talking
Nah,
now.
he ain't saying a word.
I'm definitely
Is his
talking.
mouth?
He talking now and
Can
shit.
y'all hear me?
Shit, I can't hear shit. Well, I guess that's just the way how the
This
internet
shit
works. I
pathetic as
guess.
hell.
You know
This
what I
shit.
mean? Rico, that's just how the internet works and shit.
I don't even
That
feel
shit is
like finishing the
crazy.
topic now.
But
Niggas can't even fucking hear each other.
oh
I think my
no,
brother
I
is
was
in
wondering
the.
why I ain't hear Meech's voice in a long ass time while I was talking. Is he talking right now and
He,
shit?
Yeah, he talking like a mug and shit.
that
Oh
nigga,
goddamn!
hey, that
Right.
nigga actually.
He said,
Hey, Rico, he actually is in the Ukraine right now, recording the pile of ugly ass.
nah, that's the fact. Dawg said your little dirty ass over there in the Ukraine right now and shit.
Tell him I said, He can't hear me and shit.
Yeah, I
Nah,
can
he
hear
can't hear
dude.
you.
Nah, I can hear.
Damn,
I
neither
can
one of
hear
us
dude
can
Big
hear each
Daddy.
other and shit.
Nah, I can hear him.
He said he can hear you, but you can't hear you. He said he can hear you now and shit.
Oh, well, shit. Let's let him know to tell you
I can hear
when
him.
he's
What are you
done
talking
talking,
about?
and then you tell me and shit.
No, we can go
God
to the
damn.
next topic and shit.
This shit is pathetic as hell.
Oh, well, I wish I
God
could have heard
damn,
what my
this a
brother was
poor ass
saying, but I'm pretty
podcast.
certain he said that we'll be fighting if niggas came and invade. And I agree. Niggas came and invade, I would have no choice. But I will not, and I repeat, because I don't want to be misconstrued or having a like I would not fight for this country on some let's go invade and let's go like I would not do Iraq, Vietnam, none of that shit. I'm saying if niggas come in my fucking house, my backyard, they shooting at motherfuckers, I would have to fight if they literally trying to take over where I'm living and shit. That was my only point. Like I'm not just gonna let you take my shit. Just like somebody try to break in your house, niggas ain't gonna just let them do that shit. Like, all right, y'all got this shit. I'm about to go find another house shit since y'all niggas about that action and y'all ain't
I
never
ain't never
did
say
it.
that, but you know, teachers
Nah,
know.
You said that, fuck
Can
boy.
y'all all hear me or just still
You definitely said
yeah.
that shit. Yeah. So besides that shit, do y'all think we should stay up out of this shit though? Like, I've been seeing a lot of people like, yo, just let this shit handle. Let these white motherfuckers say what they got or handle this shit. Go Meech.
Hell no, we shouldn't stay out of this because this could end up falling back on us. I'm not sure we should just let Russia take over that because we don't know well, what I mean is I'm not sure we should let Russia take over Ukraine because we don't know the effects of how that can play out in the long run on
Make
us
sure you
or
give me a
whatever.
breakdown what he say, Rico.
As far as like all the trades that countries be doing with each other, all the financial complications that countries do with each other, all the power plays that countries do with each other, and then if we let Putin do this, he gonna become strong as fuck in the I forgot what side of the world he's on or whatever. But if we let him do that, between him and his allies, America, we got a lot.
And when he's done, he can just put his hand up and shit.
America, we have a lot of enemies out there already and shit. So we got to watch this real closely and play our part and do our part because if we let them become too powerful, now they powerful.
It's still recording.
We got China who don't fuck with us. Like we got to make sure we play our part. That's why
piecing that shit together made it hard as hell to do the audio.
That's why they did like the sanctions and shit to try to try to stop Russia in those kind of ways or whatever. But no, we definitely can't say Ali by and shit or whatever. Especially if Ukraine is an ally of ours. I'm not sure if they is or not. Like when you have allies as a country, you gotta come help them when shit get rough for them because you never know when you may need them. So hell no. If I'm America, I'm not saying go send troops over there.
I feel like because I don't know what the fuck dude was saying at all.
I'm not saying to go send troops over there. Nah, I'm just saying we still like how they doing the sanctions and shit. You still got to do something or whatever because we can't let them get too fucking powerful. But yeah, I'm done. This podcast sloppy as hell. Niggas don't know what's going on.
All right, now Rico, let's go, bro.
I'm still thrown off by the fact that you really can't hear this nigga Meech and shit.
I can't hear a goddamn word. I can't hear one. And I can't hear not one damn syllable.
You hear both of y'all perfectly and shit.
No, I see. I mean, because it looked like because I don't know. Like my internet had went out, then it came back on and shit, and then like, but.
And I think Meech can hear you and shit.
Yeah, I know he can hear me.
I can hear everybody and shit.
You know, niggas do.
That's because he recording in the bathroom.
Niggas do their thing and shit. But nah, what he say though, bro? What was the overall?
Ugly. Hey, he recording in the back of a caravan.
That should be terrible and shit.
That's not what I said.
No, I said basically.
Damn,
what Rico, the fuck you say then, nigga?
Rico horrible as hell at repeating.
This shit, wow. This is the one. This is a blooper for the blooper reel right here, ain't it? We come off a great ass episode to this shit.
I just told you what to do and shit.
God damn, bro, that shit took forever though. All right, hold on. I'm about to do that shit though. Let me just say this.
All right.